Hello students, welcome again in the video lecture presentation series. Today we are going to discuss about plant tissue culture media, its composition and different types of plant tissue culture media that we usually use in plant tissue culture techniques. Myself Dr. Deepak Koche, working as Professor Department of Botany, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola, Maharashtra. So friends, we already know about what exactly is the plant tissue culture. It is the technique where we use certain tissues or cells from the plant part of a desired plant to cultivate it and to grow the entire plant from that particular tissue under controlled condition. Okay, so in this particular case, this tissue culture media, it has its own importance. Okay, mostly when you see you are growing a particular tissue in a controlled condition, it requires specific type of nutrition, specific type of controlled condition with specific temperature, light intensity and humidity also. Okay, so it needs certain supplements. Okay, now when we see the routine tissue culture, plant tissue culture methods, we use two different types of medias. One is the solid one and another one is the liquid one. Now mostly this plant tissue culture medium may contain, mostly it is not that all the things are present in that particular media, but it may contain all or at least some of the following components. It includes macronutrient and macronutrient, mostly these are the in the form of salts, inorganic salts. Okay, then organic supplements like vitamins and myoinositol, different amino acids you have to add. Then sometimes you have to add organic extract like coconut milk, or you may also have to add growth hormones for the proper growth and or to stimulate the growth, or you may and also you may have to add certain antibiotics in that medium. Okay, so in general when we go for macronutrient, macro and macronutrient, these are the nutrients which are required in a very small quantities. Okay, macro it requires a little bit more amount, but macro it requires in very what is called a very stress amount basically. Now when you say it includes, macronutrient includes nitrogen, then potassium, phosphorus, calcium, so and magnesium. These are the macronutrients, major macronutrients. In potassium you can take 20 to 30 millimolar. Phosphorus, calcium and magnesium, it should be in the range of 1 to 3 millimolar. Okay, in macronutrient you have to add cobalt, iodine, iron is there, molybdenum, then zinc should be there, boron is there, manganese is there, and you have to add this in the concentration range of 0.1 macromolar, 1 macromolar as iron and molybdenum. Iodine should be 5 macromolar, zinc should be 5 to 30 macromolar, boron it should be 25 to 100 macromolar, manganese it should be 20 to 90 macromolar. These are the standard values. In between these you can take, so as the name indicates, macro and micro. Macro it requires mostly in millimolar concentration, while in micro you have to add in micromolar concentration. Okay, now along with that you have to also add the organic supplements like vitamins. Now we know that this plant synthesizes vitamins in very less quantity, therefore we have to add the additional source of vitamin. Okay, so generally it includes thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pyridoxine, folic acid, pentothalic acid, biotin, ascorbic acid. There are a number of vitamins which are required for that. The para aminobenzoic, there is PIB is there, vitamin E is there. They are generally required for the growth and differentiation of the plant. Okay. Now in that mostly the most used these vitamins, they are thiamine, nicotinic acid and pyridoxines. Okay, they are required in the range of 0.1 to 10 microgram per liter. The nicotinic acid is required 0.5 to 5 milligram per liter. Pyridoxine you have to take in between the 0.1 to 10 milligram per liter concentration. Okay, again we usually found to known to that this tissue culture technician use this myo-inositol as a source of organic supplement. So this stimulate the growth of the plant, that therefore we used to take it. Okay, it break down into ascorbic acid and pectins. Okay, and you have to take in 50 to 5000 milligram per liter in concentration. Okay. Next one, the amino acid. These amino acids are also required for the growth and development of the plants. So it is the source of nitrogen basically. Okay, amino acids play a vital role in enhancing cell growth in culture conditions and to establish the cultures. Okay, so the frequently used amino acid in plant tissue culture media, they includes casein hydrolysate, then L-glutamine, L-aspargine, then adenine. So these are the major one. Sometimes it may require also glycine, glutamine, then L-aspargine, aspargine, tyrosine and cysteine. Okay, so these amino acids are required, and the concentration that I had already given in the table, you have to take that particular amino acid within that particular range. Okay. Then organic extracts. Now this organic extracts, this includes the substances, the natural sources of the protein hydrolysates. Okay, coconut milk, yeast extracts are there, malt extracts are there, ground banana are there, orange juices are there, tomato juices. These you can add in the your media. Okay. So they are playing the role of growth enhancer. Okay, the drawback of adding these is that they are varying in the quantity as well as the quality, depending on and their quality of growth promotion is also varying. Okay, sometimes activated charcoal is also added to the media depending on the plant cells to be cultured. Okay, it stimulates the growth of the cells when it is added to the culture media of the plants like carrot, tomato, then orchid and onion. Okay, whereas adding these in the tobacco and soybean, they are found to be the negative results. That means they inhibit that particular cultures. Okay, growth of the culture. So these things are that you have to take in account that which one is that particular substance is, whether it is enhancing or the growth or it is delimiting the growth. Okay, and the next one, solidifying agents. So if you want the solid media, then you have to add the solidifying agents. Okay, so mostly agar and gelatin has been used as solidifying agents. So in agar it is the polysaccharide, it's universal gelling agent and isolated from the seaweeds basically. Okay, it forms a solid or semi-solid surface for the cell culture. So it is widely been used as solidifying agent because of the two reasons. It has the basic reasons that it does not react with the media composition, और media content जितना भी रहता है उसके साथ वो react नहीं होता. Okay, and it is not digested by the plant enzymes. Okay, for this reason this agar is preferred over the other gelling agents or solidifying agent. Another one which we can use is gelatin. It is composed of peptide and protein. Okay, it produced from the hydrolysis of the collagen. Okay, but its applications are limited as compared to the agar, because it melts at 25 degrees centigrade and loses the gelling capacity or gelling property of itself. Okay, so these are the solidifying agents. Now apart from that, we have to add the plant growth promoter or plant growth regulators. Okay, so we have to see major one, that is auxin, cytokinin and gibberellins. So first of all we will see the auxins. So there are basically two types. Okay, the natural growth hormones. Okay, it includes indole acetic acid, that is IAA, and the synthetic one is the indole butyric acid and 2,4-D. Okay, also Na is also there as an auxin, but it is synthetic one. Okay, it requires for the cell division and cell elongation process. The properties are very clear. It requires for the cell division and cell elongation process. Depending on its concentration, it can lead to formation of the callus. If it is used as in a higher concentration, it is going to form the callus. But if you use in low concentration, it forms the roots. Okay. The most common and effective and widely used auxin is 2,4-D. Okay. As far as the cytokinins are concerned, they are various used in various culture media. Mostly the BAP, that is 6-benzyl aminopurine, is the most common cytokinin which has been used. Kinetin is there, then GTN is there, then TDZ is there, that has been used in the culture media. It stimulates the cell division again, which results in shoot formation, mostly axially shoot formation. It's also involved in the retardation of the root formation. Now see, we had seen that the auxins, they in low quantity they are promoting the root formation, but these cytokinins, they are retarding the root formation. The most widely used this particular cytokinin is that benzyl aminopurine, BAP. Okay. Now this is most important statement, that it is crucial to determine the ratio of auxin and cytokinin. When you are using both, you have to determine the ratio, because the higher concentration of auxin to cytokinin, it promotes the process of embryogenesis, callus initiation and formation, and root initiation. Whereas low ratio of auxin to cytokinin, it promotes the shoot formation. So while preparing the rooting media and shooting media, okay, so you have to take this particular account in consideration. Now gibberellins, these are also the natural growth hormones, plant growth regulators. So it is the member of tetracyclic diterpene carboxylic acid. Currently about 20 GA3 gibberellic acid or gibberellins have been identified as a growth promoter, but out of which GA3, gibberellin A3, is commonly being used in the culture media. Their function involves the promotion of callus growth and elongation of dwarf plants. It is also involved in inhibition of root and shoot formation. Okay. Another one is the abscisic acid. Now this abscisic acid is also been used in the growth media depending on its requirement. It stimulates or inhibits the callus growth depending on the species. Now it is not its concentration, it is the species one. It also stimulates the shoot proliferation and inhibit the later stage of embryogenesis. Okay. Now antibiotics should be added in most cases. It is required to add antibiotics to culture media to save the culture from the attack of microorganisms. So आपका जो कल्चर है वो ख़राब नहीं होना चाहिए, उस पर पैथोजेनिक अटैक नहीं होना चाहिए, इस वजह से you have to add the antibiotics. Mostly the low concentration of kanamycin or streptomycin has been used. However, the use of antibiotics should be avoided as it also inhibits the cell growth. You are adding, but if it is not in the proper concentration, it can hamper your cell growth. So the best alternative is that you have to add the plant preservative mixture, okay, to protect your culture from any kind of microorganism, whether it is airborne, waterborne, or endogenous, or arise from the human contact, whatever it may be. You have to add the PPM, that is plant preservative mixture, because it doesn't have any inhibitory effect on callus growth, and it is heat stable and can be autoclaved with the culture media. Okay, now starting with this another aspect, that is the types. Up till now we had seen what are the different components or the composition of the plant tissue culture media. Now we will see what are the different types of plant tissue culture media. Now depending on our requirement, we have to take a specific type of culture media. So there are n number of culture medias. So till date, for example, MS media is there, B5 medium is there, LS medium is there, White's medium is there, there are a number. We have to select a suitable and maximum responsive culture media depending on the plant species is to be or the cultured tissues and their in vitro response to that particular media. We have to select it. Okay. Now starting with the Morashige and Skoog medium. Now this particular medium has been given by Morashige and Skoog in 1962. It is the most commonly used medium all over the world, okay, with some modification. Sometimes you may observe that with this MS media we used to write certain number. So it indicates the concentration of that particular medium, sucrose content in that particular medium. Okay, so suppose it is MS0 indicates sucrose is absent, but if it is MS10 it indicates that 10 gram per liter sucrose is added in that particular medium. Okay, so the formulation is the blend of nutrients like inorganic salts, vitamins and amino acids. So we will see what exactly is the composition is in the latter phase, but this medium has been used to induce the organogenesis, callus culture, micropropagation, and also the cell suspension culture. Okay, so for these things we have to use this MS media as the basic one. Then we can modify it. Similarly, the another medium is Landsmeer-Skoog medium. LS medium is there. This medium has been developed with Landsmeer and Skoog in 1965. It was first used as a organic supplement of the tobacco culture. Okay, the medium has similar composition as the MS medium. Okay, only the vitamins which has been added here, they are having some different composition. Okay, so the purpose of this particular is again the similar organogenesis, callus culture, cell suspension culture and micropropagation. So you can use either MS or LS medium for the same purpose, but mostly MS has been preferred. Okay, then B5, it is called as it is invented by or it is developed by this Gamberg, O.L. Gamberg in 1968. It is mostly used for the callus and cell suspension culture of glycine max initially. The medium is the blend of nutrients like inorganic salts, vitamins and carbohydrates. The medium has higher concentration of nitrate and potassium and lower concentration of ammonia. The potassium nitrate, it usually indicates the inducing this soybean root callus formation, and ammonium sulfate plays essential role in the cell growth. Okay, it is mostly has been found to use in the protoplast culture. Okay, so B5 medium is used in protoplast culture. The another important media is Nitsch and Nitsch medium given by the J.P. Nitsch in 1969. Okay, it is established for the tobacco culture. It contains the high concentration of thiamine, biotin, folic acid, and it supports anther culture mostly. Okay, it supports anther culture. Now White's medium, it has been given by P.R. White in 1963. It is initially used for root culture of tomato. Okay, so it was the first one to establish the root culture with the White's medium. It was the earliest plant tissue culture media developed for the root culture. The lower salt concentration and the higher concentration of MgSO4 is present in this particular medium, and the concentration of the nitrate is 19% lesser than in MS media. Okay, it can be used for the purpose of shoot culture and callus culture. It is suitable for the culture of Musa and Daucus carota species. So these were the different medias. Now we will see how we can select the media. Okay. Now we are. It is clear that there are n number of media, and we have to select a proper medium for our experimentation. So for that, this medium selection or the media selection is very crucial step, but it isn't one step, it requires a number of efforts to select a specific medium. However, one can start working with three media having different salt concentrations, such as high salt concentration, medium salt concentration and a low salt concentration, to get the desired response from the cultures. Okay. A combination of different ratio of auxin and cytokinin can be used for the shoot proliferation or adventitious shoot formation. Okay. Furthermore, a range of sucrose, that is 2 to 6%, can be tested to establish the culture. Thus, one can make a desired medium suitable for culture by simply manipulating the concentration of nutrient salts and plant growth regulators. Okay. So these are the basic points which we have to take in consideration while selecting a proper medium. Okay. A broad spectrum experiment is described by the De Fossard et al. How to select the tissue culture media, plant tissue culture media. So it includes, first, divide the medium into 4 broad categories like minerals, auxins, cytokinins and organic nutrient, including sucrose, amino acid and minoxidil, etc., etc. For each group of component, choose 3 concentration: high, medium and low concentration. Try various combinations of the 4 group of components that we have chosen as A, B, C, D as above. Okay, you will get around 81 treatments. Okay. Now denote the best of 81 treatment with 4-letter code. For example, the treatment with medium salt, low auxin, medium cytokinin and high organic nutrient would be medium, low, medium, high. That means MLMH. Likewise, or as per your suitability. After reaching this stage, different concentration of auxins and cytokinins can be tested to determine the suitable concentration of growth regulators. So likewise, you can prepare your own medium, okay, and which is suitable for your plant that is under experimentation. Okay. So likewise, we had seen plant tissue culture media, its components and its types, and how to select the media for your plant tissue culture experimentation. Hope you had understood this concept, and if you are having any queries, you can comment me. I will definitely help you regarding this. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you very much.